Obviously, Kobe was.
NBA legends finally admit that Kobe is better than LeBron.
So, he just had a different mindset. MJ had and Kobe's the closest to it.
Yeah, Kobe was incredible.
MJ had I'm going to kill you mindset. I'm going to destroy you on the basketball court. I'm going to beat you so bad you don't want to see me the next time you play me.
100%.
Yeah, that was his mindset.
LeBron. Well, I mean, that's a tough one, man. I would say the Kevin Durant. Nah, in terms of dominance of the game of basketball at this stage, it is LeBron. Championship-wise, Kobe Bryant. He wants it so bad, and he's willing to go to the extreme, guarding the point guards at the age of 34, playing 38 minutes, 40 minutes. That's ludicrous. I think this is what he's battling with. It is what it is. He's cursed as much as I am. If you had to pick, between the two, that'd be a tough choice. I mean, but 5 beats 1.
Yeah. Kobe Bryant.
Better than you.
I would have to say right now. He's a really, really good player. Individually, he has some of the best skills that the NBA has ever seen in history. And he's shown year after year after year why he continues to be one of the best players in our league. I'm getting better, though.
One of the all-time greats, Kobe Bryant, in your draft class, and he became, in his words, obsessed with you. He said early in your rookie years, you had a game where you scored 35, and he scored 2 points in 5 minutes the same night. Didn't feel good about that. In fact, he said, quote, "When I checked into my hotel room later that night and saw the 35, he said, I lost it. I flipped the table, threw the chairs, broke the TV. There's more. He said, I obsessively read every article and book I could find about AI, watched every game he had played going back to high school. He said he studied shark attack videos to think about angles that he could approach you at because you move so fast, and he thought that might help you." I mean, when you hear that, he broke a TV in his hotel room because he saw you had a good game and he didn't.
I don't know, I just look at that as, yeah, that's Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, but he said you were the one. He didn't say I was obsessed with everyone in the league.
But
he didn't say I watched everyone else's game back till high school. He said it was you.
With Kobe, he was so different to where it was like, Phil, I want the assignment. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Take Fisher off him, I want the assignment. Mm-hmm. I've never seen nobody as competitive like him but Mike. That's it. Like when people talk about, your favorite players or the best players in the world, I say Mike and I say Kobe. You know what I mean? And then everybody else.
LeBron's after that for you?
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely after that.
It's the greatest ever, what he is. Kobe Bryant come along.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Then you got, LeBron James. I get kind of, upset at times when people talk about the comparison of LeBron and Mike, and I'm like, damn, people actually forget. Like, out of sight, out of mind is real. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, nobody talking about the Mamba when you comparing who's the best that ever played. And that's no, I'm not shit on LeBron. I think LeBron is like, you look in the dictionary, look up the word basketball player to be a picture of LeBron James. He's that great. But as far as GOAT, it's Michael Jordan all day long, and Kobe Bryant is right.
Michael Jordan.
So he never will be, but you're just saying he's close. He's the closest.
There'll never be another LeBron James either. There'll never be another LeBron James
Was Kobe close?
Kobe was close to MJ, very close, but LeBron is night and day. He's not even, they're two different players. You can't compare Kobe and LeBron, but you compare Kobe and Jordan.
If you had to take Kobe or LeBron, who would you go with?
I would take Kobe.
You like scoring.
The reason why I like Kobe, relentless. He's the Mamba, that killer attitude.
Killer.
He's gonna go out and play hard every night. He's not gonna care who he's playing against. He don't wanna work out with you if you're on another team and be your friend in the summertime. I love the fact he has that killer instinct. He's about him and his team. Kobe's different.
I mean, at this point, he wasn't past
Kobe, to me, just because of that reason. Like,
competitor.
Yes, if he had the Mamba mentality, he would be the best ever. Close to, I got Kareem at the top to me.
Okay.
So, but he would be in that conversation even more. But not being a competitor, not having that Mamba mentality, not dominating when you know you can, playing to the level of your competition, he shouldn't be doing that.
He wasn't better than Kobe before he came to L.A.? He's
Put it like this, they're both great in their own right. Kobe is a better competitor. He's a better scorer. LeBron is a better all-around player. At the end of the day, he hasn't passed Kobe in points yet.
That's coming. Championships.
He hasn't passed him in championships.
No.
So what I'm saying, they're both great.
That's not coming.
They're both great in their own right. But me personally, I have to go with Kobe because that's the type of guy I want on my team. He plays harder and he's great.
I think it's more so on the L.A. level, too, though, because now it's being accentuated here at L.A. because of what Kobe accomplished. I don't think nationally, I don't think that conversation is as relevant as it is here in L.A. because now they're going back to, well, Kobe would have done this. He never would have done this.
Right.
And some of the things that Kobe didn't do right, like the game we had in Phoenix, we're in Game 7 where he didn't shoot in the fourth quarter. People forget about that.
Right.
Okay, because he was trying to send a message. Now, this accentuates everything that Kobe did right because of what's happening with LeBron. And let's keep in mind, I said this before. Overall, LeBron is a better player. But I would rather guard LeBron than Michael or Kobe.
Any day.
Because with those two, if they're not hitting the jump shot, they go to mid-post, they go down to the post. And when they get to the free throw line, they're going to make you pay. With LeBron, is some things that I think I can take away. And he'll kind of phase out a little bit. Those two, they continue to come at you no matter what.
But then they comparing, the fans are comparing 20 years here in L.A. and 5 championships to 1 year.
You can't do that.
You can't do that. It's not a fair comparison. And look at the team he's playing with. It's not a fair comparison. But that's the fans that, what have you done for me lately, fans? They want you to win.
But that's why I push back at Whitlock.
Problem.
I push back at a fan that flipped.
5 years around the league, where Kobe sort of ranks in the pantheon of great players.
I think it's well. Let's sort of take Bill Russell out of it.
Okay.
With his 11 rings.
Okay.
You know, I'll tell Russ when I see him in the finals that I no disrespect meant. We're just he's in a different class, but to me, Kobe is there with Michael.
Really? Wow.
And if you saw that shot, the one he sank, it went by and patted Alvin Gentry. I'm saying, how did he do that? It's not possible. It wasn't possible, but he did it with somebody sort of hanging on him, and I do mean hanging. He has the capacity through his will and determination, which of course is accompanied by his intense conditioning and his incredible skill to do what has to be done as part of and for the team.
Let's talk Kobe and the commish, saying he's every bit as good as Michael Jordan. D.A., start with you, your response to that.
Wow. I'll say this, he's close. He's close. It's hard for me to say that somebody is as good as Michael Jordan because Michael Jordan did things on a nightly basis that I've never seen before. And the numbers are just so spectacular. But Kobe's awfully close. He's awfully close. I mean, his ability to win games at the end, he's as good a clutch player, but maybe even a better clutch player than Michael is. But the one thing that I've always thought Michael did was assert his will on series better than anybody I've ever seen. Again, Kobe's real close. I can't get it out of my mouth yet that he's as good as Jordan.
All right. Can you, Scott?
It's absolutely a conversation. I'm with David. I think it feels almost sacrilegious to go against Michael. But Kobe's unbelievable. He's a great closer. He's now the leader of this team that is in the finals for the 3rd straight year, going for a 2nd consecutive championship. He defends, he passes, he shoots. He pats opposing coaches on the butt. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, all the game winners this year, and certainly that last game was unbelievable. Jackie, we got to give you a chance. Michael, Kobe?
I understand where David Stern is coming from on this, and I understand why we're all hesitating. Because, listen, I'll tell you what. Kobe's a better shooter than Michael Jordan, and he's every bit the kind of closer that Jordan was, and that's what it's really all about, isn't it? In the final seconds of a game, you give someone the ball, can they win the game for you? Both of those guys can do it. I think where Kobe, for me, hasn't comes up a little bit shorter than Jordan is in the leadership role. Kobe has grown into that, but it hasn't been easy for him. It was always natural for Jordan to take over a team and say, you go here, you go here. He'd reduce some of his own teammates to tears to get his point across. I don't think Kobe is as natural a leader as Michael Jordan was, so I guess that puts him just a little bit below.
Boy, each of you had him better in at least one category, but you couldn't go all the way and make them better altogether.
Y'all need to stop calling this man the GOAT. I hate to say it, and this is no disrespect, but because I played with the two GOATs, MJ not my friend. I don't have to say MJ is the GOAT. I can talk shit like everybody else about MJ, and all of y'all to love me. If I was to say LeBron the GOAT and MJ ain't shit, based on all the stories y'all said that MJ slapped me in the back of the head and treated me like shit and all this and all that, I should be the first person saying MJ is not the GOAT. But I'm not going to lie like that, because basketball, I love this game. And the truth of the matter is, the way Kobe Bryant prepared for the game, the way Michael Jordan prepared for the game, the way they obsessed over it, the way I think MJ would have jumped off a bridge if he'd have lost 11 games to somebody. Kobe would have beat up his teammates if he'd have lost 3 games, 5 games to somebody. Like, it's just a different animal. It's a different level. And I would be wrong. I would be a flat out liar to be around and share the locker room with those two men, and then to see LeBron and say that he's that. He's not that. I don't care about the accolades. He is not on the same level as Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. End of discussion. I'm telling you, you would be so uncomfortable being around Kobe losing that many games that you probably quit the team. Kobe make you ask anybody that ever shared a locker room with Kobe Bryant, man, losing, nah, you're gonna be so uncomfortable, man, you might ask for a trade. Kobe getting your ass up out of there. He don't accept losing. He don't give a damn if you Shaq, whoever. Losing is not an option. And if you the weakest link, you out. And he led by example. He was the most in shape guy on the team. He wasn't the guy that was getting in shape and then complaining about everybody else. No, he led by example. MJ led by example, up 6 a.m. in the morning. At 39 years old, up 6 a.m. Working out, working on his craft, using his mind and not athleticism that somehow you have at 39 years old. You have this youthfulness of a 20-year-old. But hey, everybody don't have youthfulness at 39, so you have to use this. And I think this is what sets MJ and Kobe aside from LeBron. The media has run a narrative to blame everybody else around this guy that I don't think he know how to accept responsibility for nothing. How the hell you blame role players and you pay a guy $200, $300 million? It ain't the damn role players' fault. It's the guys with the money. LeBron handpicked certain players, and then when it don't work out, get rid of them. It ain't my fault. Did I do that? You pick the players, get the players, lose with the players, and it's still not your fault. Damn. And you got these little minions that just sit there and act like everybody else can get scrutiny but one person. That makes no sense. They should not have lost game 2. And now that they lost game 3, it's over with. Y'all blaming the guy meter maids. Y'all blaming the guy people who do the replays. You blaming the refs when you're plus 500 in fouls. It's blame anybody but the person who needs to be blamed. And now it's just annoying at this point. It's just the crybaby fest is annoying. I don't want to hear nothing about tearing down a black man because there's other black men in the league that y'all have no problem calling West Brick and y'all call Anthony Davis soft and all this other shit. So they black men. If you didn't notice, them people black. So we don't want to hear all that crybaby stuff. Man, you give Michael Jordan a guy as good as AD. You give Michael Jordan as good as somebody, Anthony Davis, and you can't win with that?
Who's the hardest to defend?
Mike and Kobe just thinking attack every single moment on the floor, and the mentality and the way they wear you down with their approach would be the two guys I would say. And being in the Eastern Conference all those years, facing the Bulls and facing Mike, I mean, it was in our prime. We had every business to believe we were better. Those two guys are the front runners for me. All-time great competitor. The only guy that I would put in the discussion, because both of these guys, unfortunately, the late great Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, in my opinion, the two guys I ever played against that was willing to leave it all on the court. And I mean it all. They were willing to, if it meant drop dead on the floor, those two guys, I'm convinced, would be willing to do that for the victory. Now, I would say this, as great as a competitor I am, that ain't my testimony. I want to win, but not at all costs. Not at that expense. I'm not willing to take my last breath and win.
I feel like the difference between like Mike and Kobe and LeBron. LeBron likes winning. Michael Jordan likes beating people. Like, Michael Jordan would not enjoy winning at solitaire or winning at no video game against a computer. He wants to beat people. Like, he is a sociopath. He wants you to lose. I don't think LeBron is built in that way. Kobe's the same way. He wants you to lose. And one-on-one is not so much about winning as much as I want to beat this person that is directly across.
They despise losing.
No, I think Mike despises losing.
Mike despises losing, so he wants to win at all costs.
Chamberlain, Russell. Magic, Bird, Duncan, Olajuwon, you.
So you put LeBron over Kobe.
I
Mirror your top 10.
James, Jordan, Jabbar, Chamberlain, Russell. Magic, Bird, Duncan, Olajuwon, you.
So you put LeBron over Kobe.
I do.
Why is that?
I don't think Bryant did nothing better than Kobe except shoot free throws. Nothing.
That's your opinion. I totally disagree. I think Michael Jordan was perfection, right?
Right.
Who was the closest thing next to Mike?
But he wasn't that, though. He was a carbon copy of Jay, but he wasn't as good as Jay.
If you're the closest thing to perfection, what does that make you?
Beasley really beat Brown in practice 1v1. The answer is?
It's some truth to the essence of that story. Me and Bron, we ain't never played one-on-one in front of people. Dog, I used to be on his ass in practice. Everything he did, like, I'm guarding you, I'm guarding. You know, one day he came, he just yelled out, like, Mario Chalmers is guarding me today. Looked me dead in my face. And I said, I ain't hearing shit. And I got in my defensive stand. And he looked at me, Mario Chalmers is guarding me today. And Mario came and brushed me to the side. I just went over there and guarded CB. It was like, all right. The reporters told the story wrong, you understand? So
what do you think differentiated Kobe from everyone else? Like, there were obviously other tough covers. Paul Pierce was a tough cover. Before you played with D-Wade, D-Wade was a tough cover. Before you played with Brown, Brown was a tough. What made Kobe so much tougher to cover than all those other guys?
You know, and I did not like Kobe. We were frenemies. We had this like weird passive aggressive like relationship. I never spoke to him outside of the gym, but there was no one I respected more for his mind. Look, this guy was relentless, you know. And people ask me like, "What do you miss about playing?" And I said, getting in the bus and having those butterflies in my stomach, going to Staples Center, being like, "Man, this guy's going to try to score 60 on me tonight. He's going to try to embarrass me. He's going to try to embarrass me tonight." You know, and so like I always had to be my best, always.
From basketball literacy, like he's actually smart. Like he was literally like a really smart human being. Like spoke different languages. You know what I'm saying? Like he was well versed. He spoke the English language the correct way. I'm not saying LeBron James was dumb. I'm not saying that, but when I look at LeBron James and when I hear him speak and when I hear him speak and talk on TV as a high school kid, then growing up, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just saying what it was. That's it. I'm not saying anything else. Don't get mad at me. I'm not even doing nothing. I didn't even say nothing. All I'm saying is what I'm speaking about. When I'm talking about him speaking the English language, I'm talking about him understanding the English language to be able to speak it the correct way so that he can enunciate his words the correct way and be able to speak the correct way so people can understand him and not say, 100 times. Because you know. I'm not talking about that. I'm just speaking and talking about that. So when I'm trying to explain like Kobe and that, see, I'm not, you laughing, I'm not even, I'm dead. I'm not even saying nothing. See, that's why I don't want to talk about it. This is why I don't want to say that, because now you trying to make it. You guys are trying to make it into something else. I'm not speaking and talking about that. I'm literally speaking and talking about just the English language and understanding the English language and speaking about why he was a better basketball player and him understanding basketball from A to Z because his dad played professional basketball. He was smart. He was intelligent. His mind was equipped to, to understand the angles of basketball, to understand a variety of different things for him to be able to go on the basketball court and do the things that he was able to do. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying anything else. No disrespect to LeBron James. I love LeBron James. I think LeBron James is a great basketball player. I think it's unbelievable. I think he's like the third best. I think it's, me personally, Michael Jordan, then Kobe, then LeBron. I mean, some people may disagree, which is understandable. We could all have our favorites and have our picks as basketball players, but I played against all three.
Great company. I'm glad to have my name mentioned with that guy. Even though I'm a Kobe guy, so to say Kobe, I've been more, potato and I'm kidding. But it's still, great company. LeBron, he about to break the all-time scoring record. I think like 2 games or 1 game where he's about to do.
LeBron, how you feel about him passing up Kareem this year as the all-time leading scorer in the NBA?
Listen, if he sticks around even longer, he'll pass up everything. I love when people try to say, I get it. I'm a LeBron fan. People think I'm not. I am. I recognize his greatness. But he ain't MJ. He's not fucking with MJ. And it's like, people like to sit there and go, well, he's past this and this record and this record. Yeah, he's been in the game since high school. No breaks. Like Jordan, 2 years off for baseball. No breaks. Jordan quitting when he didn't want to quit the second time around, but the Jerrys broke up the team. LeBron has been in it since high school with no breaks. And as long as he continues to stay around, yeah, he's going to pass every fucking. He's been around long enough.
When people do compare the two, right, LeBron and Jordan, they always point out their finals record. They say LeBron,
yes,
he was 4-6 in the finals, and Jordan, he was 6-0 in the finals. Do you think that matters when comparing the two?
Yes. Listen, this to me is a testament to this moist era we live in. 4-6 is a losing record. What are we celebrating? Mediocrity? Let me ask you a question. What would you rather have? A big dick that works sometimes 4-6, or an average dick works all the time 6-0?
I'll take the average that works all the time.
Hello. Come on, man. I love it because people say the dumb shit like, well, look at the team that LeBron, he took a bunch of bums to the finals. First of all, the Eastern Conference, when LeBron was in it, was called the Leaston Conference because it was an easy conference. Number one. Number two, when Jordan played in the East, look who he had to get past. The Cavs, the Pistons, the Pacers, the Knicks. The defense was tougher. And keep in mind, Michael Jordan, when he came into the league, took a bunch of coke-infested Bulls that were bums and lost to the Boston Celtics, who at the time had 5 Hall of Famers. That's the game when Michael scored 63 in Boston Garden, where the Celtics only lost 2 games all season. And Larry Bird said he's God disguised as Michael. You don't think Michael Jordan could have took that same Cavs team to the finals? As whack as the Eastern Conference was? The fuck out of here.
Hell yeah, he would have took him to the finals, yo.
It's ridiculous. And people, you know what? People don't understand. Now I'm getting hyped. People don't understand. Listen, man. When you talk about GOAT status, it's more than rings. Rings are a part of it. It's rings. It's stats. It's popularity. How you move the culture. Impact. That's a key word. That's a key ingredient to the gumbo recipe. Impact. A lot of those other players lacked in other areas where Michael Jordan in totality has it all. Yes, Kareem, 6 rings. Yes, Kareem, #1 scorer. Impact. Kareem was not beloved by the media. He shunned the media. He could have been the face of the NBA the way the NBA wanted him to. But Kareem wasn't a nice guy. He was aloof. He was mean to reporters. So that's why his impact wasn't as great. Bill Russell, 11 rings in an era where they had 10 teams. And racially, Larry Bird said the best basketball players are black. Basketball is a black man's game. And Bill Russell played in an era where he was one of maybe two niggas in the whole league. Him and Wilt. You know, so that's not his fault, but that's part of the criteria. People go, well, if it's about rings, Robert Horry has 7. And it's crazy to me that I have to cut up people's food like their mama did for them to eat. I got to cut up your meat for you to chew. It's just, I have to explain this. There's a difference between winning and being the reason you win. Winning for a reason and being the reason you win. Robert Horry won for a reason. He wasn't the reason. He played on right teams, right times. For Akeem Olajuwon, Shaq and Kobe, David Robinson, Tim Duncan. He was at the right place, right time. He wasn't a franchise dude like Kobe, Shaq, Magic, Bird. Those guys are the reasons their teams won. They didn't win for a reason. I don't understand how people don't understand that difference. People always go, Michael Jordan, like LeBron did it by himself. Michael Jordan had Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman. True indeed. First of all, no one does it by themselves. Every superstar needs help. So that's a moot point. The fact that he had help. Duh. And then secondly, it's like LeBron actually had more help in terms of all-stars and Hall of Famers than Michael Jordan. Ray Allen, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, Anthony Davis. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So with that being said, yo, where do you have LeBron ranked in your top 10, pretty much?
Oh, he's in the top 10. My order is Jordan, Kobe, then LeBron. I don't know how how he passed Kobe.
Yo, I was just about to ask you about that, bro, because they always make it a LeBron MJ comparison. I'm like, yo, where the Kobe at? Yo, like, did he pass Kobe yet? Like, what? So you don't feel like he passed Kobe, yo?
Not in my book. Not in my book. You know, listen, Jordan and Kobe were assassins, cold-blooded assassins. And I think that's a major ingredient, the killer instinct to the gumbo recipe. And LeBron gets passive sometimes, real passive at times when he shouldn't be. And nah, yo. I like killers, man.
So by now, you guys are all aware, the Bleacher Report came out with their top 100 rating. And for some odd reason, Kobe Bryant was number 11 on that rating. So you use your common sense. Based on a video like this, where you have NBA legends, players who are on the court with Kobe, players, who practice with Kobe, players who played on Team USA with Kobe, right, ranking him above LeBron, saying that he's more superior to LeBron, in the most fundamental and the most important aspects of NBA basketball. Right? Use your mind. Are you going to believe some analysts who know nothing about the NBA? Or are you going to believe the majority of NBA players, right, who have a close connection with the game of LeBron James and the game of Kobe Bryant and can decipher, right, between the two of them and can tell who has heart and who, when it comes down to it, in those tight games, in those very nervous moments, for most, who you can rely on. Okay, who's going to push their teammates? Who's going to push themselves? Okay, out of their comfort zone. Is it going to be Kobe or is it going to be LeBron? Or personally, if I was creating a team or if I was drafting players for a team, I would pick Kobe over LeBron 10 times out of 10, and 100 times out of 100, and 1,000 times out of 1,000. Simply because I know, number one, I wouldn't need to get more assets every single year. I wouldn't have to feel the pressure that this guy's going to bolt every single year if I don't get 2 superstars and place them beside him. Right? If I don't have one Hall of Famer on that team, LeBron has to have beside him in order to win. Because as we have seen, in just LeBron's history, right? He needs a Dwayne Wade. He needs a Kyrie Irving. He needs Anthony Davis. He needs a Kevin Love. He needs all these guys on his side in order to win. These are not the Paul Gasol. Okay? This is somebody who can carry a franchise on their own. Paul Gasol cannot carry a franchise on his own. He never has. We've never seen it done. We've never even seen a team give it a try. Dwayne Wade, Kyrie Irving, Chris Bosh, Anthony Davis, I'm missing out, Kevin Love, Luka Doncic, all these guys were franchise players. All of them carried their teams by themselves. And then they were paired with LeBron James. So you tell me, how is it that Kobe, right, gets punished for playing with Shaq and winning 3 titles with Shaq, but yet LeBron plays with all these guys his whole career, multiple chances to win championships with all these guys, and he's not punished? Okay, but I did say it to say, this is the reason why I picked Kobe, because you need less, and you also win more efficiently with Kobe as well. Fools like to talk about, oh, he's inefficient in the shot, but look at where that got him. 5 titles in what, 18 years? And homie's going on 23. So for me, it just makes it, who is more efficient at the end of the day? Right? You need less to win with him, because he's going to push his teammates and get them better, right, emotionally, and push himself up at 4 a.m. in the morning. No, come on, that's unheard of. Look at what happened in Team USA. Okay, everybody was following Kobe. Kobe was there and showed these guys a new routine. So we know who the alpha male is on a team with Kobe and LeBron, and the players say it. So what are we really talking about here? And where's the agenda? I don't know, but there's one. That's about it. So until next time.